Nisa binti Hairul and my metric number is 1250354. Today I will be discussing the issue of whether civil court should have a final authority in matters involving constitutional rights even when Islamic law is implicated. This issue is important in Malaysia because we operate under a dual legal system consisting of civil courts and Sharia courts. While both systems play important roles, conflict may arise when a case involves constitutional rights. In this presentation, I argue that civil court should retain final authority in such matters, in line with the supremacy of the federal constitution. To begin, it's important to understand Malaysia's dual court system. Civil court derive their authority from the federal constitution and have jurisdiction over general and constitutional matters. Sharia courts, on the other hand, are established under state law and have jurisdiction over personal matters of Muslims, such as marriage, divorce, and inheritance. Both courts serve different purposes and neither is meant to replace the other. However, problems arise when issues decided by Sharia courts overlap with constitutional rights, which apply to all citizens. The main legal basis for civil court final authority lies in the principle of constitutional supremacy. Article 4, Clause 1 of the Federal Constitution states that the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. This means that all laws, including Islamic law, state enactments, must operate within constitutional limits. Fundamental liberties such as equality before the law and freedom of religion are guaranteed under the Constitution, and this right must be interpreted uniformly. Only civil courts have the authority and institutional competence to interpret and enforce constitutional provisions. Although Article 121 Clause 1A restricts civil court from interfering in matters within the jurisdiction of Sharia courts, this provision does not remove the power of civil court to decide constitutional questions. Sharia courts have limited jurisdiction, limited subject matter, and limited remedies. They are not empowered to interpret the Constitution or determine the validity of laws. Therefore, when a case raises constitutional issues, it falls within the proper role of civil courts to make the final determination. This does not mean that civil courts override or interfere with Islamic law, but rather that constitutional boundaries are respected. This position is supported by judicial decision, particularly the federal court case of Indira Gandhi versus Pengarah Jabatan Agama Islam Perak in 2018. In this case, the federal court held that civil courts have the jurisdiction to determine constitutional issues, even where Islamic law is involved. The court emphasized that constitutional interpretation remains within the exclusive domain of civil courts. This case clearly demonstrates that civil court act as a guidance of the Constitution and must have final authority when constitutional rights are at stake. There are several reasons why civil court should retain final authority in such matters. First, it ensures uniform interpretation of constitutional rights across the country. Second, it provides legal certainty and prevents conflict judgments between courts. And third, it protects vulnerable parties by ensuring access to constitutional remedies. These factors collectively uphold the rule of law and strengthen public confidence in the legal system. Some may argue that granting civil court final authority undermines the rule of Sharia courts or diminishes the position of Islam as the religion of federation under Article 3. However, Article 3 does not override Article 4. Constitutional supremacy remains the foundation of Malaysia's legal system. Granting civil court final authority does not interfere with Islamic doctrine or the legitimate jurisdiction of Sharia courts. Instead, it ensures that all laws function harmoniously within the constitutional framework. In conclusion, while Sharia courts play an essential role in governing personal matters of Muslims, civil courts should have final authority in cases involving constitutional rights. This approach preserves constitutional supremacy, ensures legal certainty, and respect the distinct role of both court systems. By maintaining this balance, Malaysia can uphold both the rule of law and the integrity of its dual legal system.